Morning, everyone. Hello, my name is Bello, and I'm a data analyst tutor. And I'm here to talk to you today about data storytelling. But before I get started, I just have a quick question. Just with a show of hands, how many of you use data, interact with data on a day-to-day basis sometimes? Good. I was hoping everyone's hand would go up because we all use data in some way, shape or form, whether it's transforming logs, debugging, or just picking a show on Netflix is utilizing data. But yeah, today I'm here to talk to you about data storytelling and how it's just really important and helps with improving our data-driven decisions. So I'm going to talk to you about data storytelling with some lessons from hand washing, which are relevant, how to craft your data stories, and some tools and next steps. So to start off, I'm just going to tell you a story about a man named Mr. Ignaz Semmelweis, and he was the father of hand hygiene. He was a brilliant debugger. He found bugs. He tracked the inputs, which was patients in the hospitals, and the outputs, which was mortality. And he had the data to prove that doctors weren't washing their hands, and it was leading to people dying. But unfortunately, this is how he presented his data. And I don't know about you, but all that's really standing out to me is years, births column, a deaths column, and a rate column. Not very clear. It didn't really resonate with the doctors in the hospital. He was trying to tell them to wash their hands after they performed post-mortems, but they were actually offended by what he was saying, and he was dismissed from the hospital because they didn't really get what he was saying. They were basically offended because he was saying that doctors can't do their job properly. So yeah, it was a data storytelling failure. But where Semmelweis failed, the lady with the lamp, Miss Florence Nightingale, succeeded. And she didn't just collect data, she weaponized it. She created a visually impactful visualization. She also tracked inputs and outputs and had the data to prove again that not washing your hands was leading to people dying. And this is her visualization. It's what we'd call today a rose map. And essentially, Florence Nightingale worked during the Crimean War, and soldiers were coming into hospitals, and they weren't dying from wounds that they got in the war. They were dying from diseases and infections that they got from being in a hospital. So Florence Nightingale noticed this. She incorporated some hygiene protocols. Sanitary commissioners came in March 1855, and when people started washing their hands, by March of 1856, we can see the blue wedges drastically go down. So what chief medical officers were able to see from Florence Nightingale's visual is that deaths were preventable. If we just had better hygiene, we could lead to less deaths. Now, it's not the clearest visualization, but it did drive impact. So it was a data visualization success. Data stories help make your work visible and impactful. Like I said before, Florence Nightingale's Rose Map helped medical officers see preventable deaths. Instead of using like boring Excel sheets, I'd recommend using dashboards just to help bring your data to life. So how to craft our data stories. So crafting your data story doesn't just happen by accident. It takes time, it's built, and I'm just going to take you through some steps on how to do it. So the first step is picking the right visual. So whether it is a line map to show trends, a heat map to show regional patterns, pick the right visual. And there are so many tools online to help you with picking the right visual, like the Data Viz project. You just kind of put in what you want to do and it will show you the best visualization for your data. Again, with this Excel sheet, again, the only thing that's really standing out to me is that it's from sales 2022. I can see regions on the side, not very clear. A better way to present this data would have been using a dashboard. Now things jump out at me. It's past what we'd call the glance test. So in about 5 seconds, I can see that the product that was returned the most is health and beauty. I can see reasons for return, sales by location, different graphs to show different pieces of information. Definitely a lot better than the Excel sheet. Some might say this is a bit cluttered, but again, it's a lot better than an Excel spreadsheet. Secondly, simplify your message. Focus on what you are trying to say. Just one essential message, whether you're trying to encourage people to wash their hands or change a product in your organization, just focus on one simple message and then present that with a visualization. So bringing us back to Semmelweis, remember this was how he presented his data, confusing, a lot of numbers. This probably would have been a better visualization. You can clearly see that doctors on average have higher mortality rates compared to midwives who did have better hygiene protocols. And lastly, with crafting your data story, remember just to tailor your message to your audience. So think about who you are presenting it to and find the best visuals, the best way to present that data, whether it is using graphs, whether it is using dashboards. Find a way to transform technical information to a non-technical audience. And some tools to help you with that. We have Power BI and Tableau, which are business intelligence tools. You also have Python libraries that are like Matplotlib and Seaborn, which can really help with data visualization as well. And lastly, just remember to visualize, simplify, and your audience. Pick the best visuals for your message, a simple message, and also remember your audience as well. So let's aim to be more like Nightingale and a little less like Semmelweis when it comes to data visualization. Thank you so much for listening. Again, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to talk about anything data storytelling or data analysis related. Thank you. And I have time for one question.
Is there a question for Zoe? And I'll run over to you with a microphone. Yeah?
Sorry, just about your intended audience. How do you know people are? Can you think of a good way of telling when people are actually using the dashboards or getting value from them? Because maybe to a data-minded person, they make sense, but maybe not everybody is getting the same value. Is there a way of, I don't know, getting feedback?
Yeah, I think it depends on the tool that you are using. So I know with Power BI, you can actually see how many people are clicking into a dashboard, interacting with a page within a dashboard. I mean, I mainly use Power BI, so I know that there are tools in place that you can see how many people are clicking on a visualization or clicking on the filters. So yeah, I would say probably, yeah, there is a way to kind of tell who is using the information or not. But yeah, thank you for the question.
All right. I've still got time because I don't see our final speaker in the room. So you have a question. Do you want to stay up? And we can, right. You can pass that over for me, please.
What do you find the most challenging or the most difficult thing in transitioning or in being a data analyst?
I'd say the most difficult thing is probably cleaning data. It's probably the part I hate the most because people don't just put data in a correct format. So going through the process of cleaning columns or removing columns or editing a date column to a date time column is probably just not my favorite part. But yeah, probably the cleaning aspect of it. But no, thank you for the question.